Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And boy, oh boy, I got an episode for you today that I most likely will go off. So make sure you stick around for this one. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Anyway, Kyrie Irving, in my opinion, and I think in the opinion of many, is one of the most enigmatic players we have in the NBA today. If you think of the litany of things that has happened and the things that Kyrie Irving has said, I think at the end, the conclusion we can reach is that he's an enigma, right? Now, he is immensely talented and immensely skilled. No one here is disputing Kyrie Irving's basketball skills and his talents. He is by far one of the most electrifying NBA players we have in the NBA today. One of the most fun players to watch play basketball. If you love basketball, you will appreciate watching Kyrie Irving play. But in that same vein, Kyrie is also one of the most polarizing players in the entire NBA. There was a groundswell of support for Kyrie Irving earlier this season when he took his stance on not being vaccinated. He was able to garner so much support from NBA fans and even people outside the sport. He was getting support from political groups. There were so many people that were throwing his support towards Kyrie Irving in his direction because they appreciated what he stood for. We covered the entire thing. Like, a lot of people were in solidarity with Kyrie Irving. But now that the dust has settled, now that they've lifted the ban, we finally had a chance to see Kyrie Irving in action. And as we currently speak, the Brooklyn Nets are coming off of being freshly swept out of the first round of the playoffs. And Kyrie Irving was on the team. So I was listening to kind of hear some of the things that he was saying in a press conference. And he gave some comments that I believe totally exposed himself. Beyond the fact of him smiling throughout the entire press conference, what he said, I believe, that we're going to play for you right now, I believe he totally exposed himself. So before we go too far, take a listen to some of the things that Kyrie Irving had to say here. And then we're going to come back and react to it. Take a listen to that and let's come back and react to it.
To your point, you guys went through so many things off the floor throughout the season. How much do you think all of those events impacted the way the team played on the floor?
Well, again, I think it was just really heavy emotionally this season. We all felt it. I felt like I was letting the team down at a point where I wasn't able to play. We were trying to exercise every option for me to play, but I never wanted to just be about me. And I think it became a distraction at times. And, as you see, we just had some drastic changes. We lost a franchise player, and we got a franchise player back. But, we didn't get a chance to see him on the floor. And there was no pressure for him either to step on the floor with us either. You know what I mean? Like, Ben's good. We have his back. He's going to be good for next year. But now we just turn the page and look forward to what we're building as a franchise and really get tougher. Because this is a league that's getting younger. It's getting more athletic. It's getting taller. And it's getting more competitive. And these young guys are hungry out here, and you see it. I can feel it. So that's why I said some added motivation. When you get swept like this. Didn't necessarily play as well as I would have liked, but now we just look for the future as a team and what we can accomplish for the next few years, and I get excited about that.
Now, did y'all just hear what Kyrie Irving just said? Did y'all listen closely to what Kyrie Irving said? He said he didn't want it to be about him, but the fact of the matter was, it was absolutely about him. He also said that he realized his actions were a distraction to the team, which means that he was fully aware that the actions and the positions that he took were detrimental to the team's success. So you realize that, and you realize that you actually hurt your team, but in the same vein, you said you didn't want to make it about yourself? Listen, Kyrie Irving said he stood in solidarity with the people who lost their jobs because of the vaccine mandate. So because they refused to take it. But he refused to take it, and he didn't lose his job because he still earned half of his salary at home. He made $17 million for sitting at home. Meanwhile, you're in solidarity with the people that actually lost their jobs and lost their source of income. Meanwhile, you're in solidarity with them. Listen to me. A lot of the stuff that Kyrie says and does makes no sense. He said he was for the team, but at the same time, he realized it was a distraction. Listen, in my personal opinion, I think Kyrie Irving is about Kyrie Irving, if you're going to ask me. Or I'm going to give you my opinion. I don't have to straddle the fence for no one, because when people are giving me their opinions about Kyrie, they don't hold back. They let me know flat out. So I'm not going to hold back here. I think Kyrie Irving is all about Kyrie. He is not the first artist. He is not the first athlete to be playing and be a philanthropist at the same time. Look at LeBron James. LeBron is a philanthropist, but yet he's 100% available for his team when his team needs him. He's not the first. Let's not act like as if he's the first that did a good deed in the world. LeBron and others, and so many other athletes in so many other sports, have done the same thing. I think Kyrie Irving, when he says he doesn't want it to be about him, but 100% of his decisions are about him and how they affect his team, I think Kyrie Irving is either a hypocrite or he doesn't really know what the hell he's talking about. There is a reason that we played more of that audio. The reason we played more of that audio is that I want some of you guys, when you watch that part of the video, go back and play it with the captions on. Write down what Kyrie Irving was saying on a piece of paper. Read it back to yourself and tell me, does any of that make any sense to you? Half of what Kyrie was talking about made zero sense whatsoever. Zero. I think the Brooklyn Nets need to move on from this dude. Why? Because everywhere he goes is always some damn drama. Some people will say, well, he was unfairly held out from not playing this season because of the vaccine. Fantastic, I got you. What about last year when he just decided to take an absence from the game? What about all the other years? Kyrie always has an issue. It's always something with this dude. And he's most of the time transfixed on himself. I think Kyrie Irving believes that he's bigger than the program. I think he's one of these players that believes he's bigger than it all. I think he believes he's above it all. You can tell by the way he talks. He's above it all. And I don't think you need this type of guy on your roster to win a championship. I think the last time we saw Kyrie in the championship was because of LeBron. Some people say, oh, we weren't giving Kyrie enough credit. Well, listen, the situation that we had with Kyrie Irving and LeBron is not the same situation we had at Shaq and Kobe. When Shaq left Kobe, Shaq went back to the finals and won a championship. And Kobe went on to go back to the finals 3 more times and win 2 more championships. Kyrie Irving has not experienced the same level of success as LeBron has since leaving LeBron. LeBron has gone on to win a championship. Kyrie Irving hasn't even made it back to the NBA finals yet. Like, what are we talking about here? I think Kyrie Irving is not worth the stress. The risk, it doesn't amount to the, he's not even a top 10 player. He's not. I think a lot of people that get transfixed and get enamored with his skill level. He's not a top 10 player. He's not. I think Brooklyn should find a way to move on with this guy. Move on from him. He's not worth the stress. Trust me. Some people are going to think my views are, unpopular. I don't care. I don't care, because we sat back and gave you guys the leg room to defend. Okay, the vaccine talk is gone. Now we're talking about the results. No one is talking about the vaccine. Those days are gone. We're talking about what happened after the fact, and nothing happened.